LPFA is proud to once again support Louisiana's Principal and Teacher of the Year. I congratulate this year's winners and thank them for their outstanding work. It is extra special this year to recognize and thank not only our award winners, but every teacher, administrator, and school employee throughout the state. These individuals are working during this COVID-19 pandemic to provide our children with the education that they need and deserve. We owe a special debt of gratitude to each of you and thank you for your service to our children and to Louisiana.
It's so exciting to recognize the 2022 Teacher and Principal of the Year. In 2019, I was honored to host the honorees at the Governor's Mansion, and I look forward to the day when we can do that again. Of course, we have had to make many adjustments personally and professionally because of the COVID-19 pandemic. And thankfully, we have 3 safe, effective vaccines that are enabling us to get back to normal. More than 1.8 million Louisianans have been vaccinated, but we need to increase that number. And this is so important as teachers and students get ready to head back to school. If you have received your vaccine, congratulations. If you are still thinking about it and have questions, there are plenty of healthcare professionals who can help. In fact, you can visit covidvaccine.la.gov or call 1-855-453-0774 for more information and set up an appointment. The vaccines are free and widely available throughout our state. Many of you may know that I was an elementary public school teacher for many years, and I know firsthand how critical our educators are and how important this profession is. It is the profession that teaches all others. I think the pandemic has shown everyone who didn't know before just how important all of you are to our children, our families, communities, and our state. Since day one of coming into office, my husband, Governor John Bel Edwards, and I have been committed to elevating the teaching profession and valuing all of our educators. You are here today because you are excellent at what you do. You care about all of our children. The school day doesn't end when the bell rings. You put in the long hours during the week and sometimes the weekends and even the summer. During this pandemic, you have adapted. You've learned how to teach virtually and kept the education of our students going. As this year's theme accurately states, both individually and collectively, you are shaping the way for others, and because of that, we have a year of triumph. This is our opportunity to say thank you and honor you for your academic achievements and classroom skills. You represent the best of our profession. Please know that John Bel and I are among your biggest supporters, and we are so proud of you. Congratulations to all of the semifinalists and the finalists. You are all making a difference. God bless.
Hi, I'm Joni Lacey, and I manage the Teacher and Principal of the Year programs at the Louisiana Department of Education. And with me here tonight is my friend Lane.
I'm Lane McDaniel. I am chairman for Dream Teachers, and we are going to announce the 2022 Principal of the Year. Joni?
And the 2022 Louisiana Principal of the Year is... Marco.
To just make a more impact here, and not in just Louisiana, but in the education arena as a whole. Again, thank you to all of the other principals and teachers of the year. You all, it's all because of you all. We did this, you all. So thank you all. Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Teresa Langlois, and I am the Executive Director for Dream Teachers.
Hi, Joni Lacey again from the Louisiana Department of Education. And tonight, Teresa and I are going to announce the 2022 Louisiana State Teacher of the Year, and it is...
Annelise Cassar Tedesco. Congratulations.
incredible, and I am so very thankful. It's incredible to represent so many wonderful teachers throughout the state, but most importantly here in St. Bernard Parish. I am so very thankful to my students, to the incredible teachers that I have had throughout my entire educational career, to my parents, who were first teachers, and to my right-hand rock star colleague, my sister, without whom I wouldn't be here. So thank you so much, Dream Teachers and the Louisiana Department of Education. This is just incredible. I'm so honored. Oh my goodness!
I'm Annelise Cassar Tedesco. I'm the vocal music teacher at Chalmette High School, where I've been teaching for 14 years, and I'm the music director for CHS Voices, Chalmette High School's music theater and vocal arts program. I have students from many different backgrounds, many different walks of life, and I teach students in 9th through 12th grade. The class that you're going to see today is 10th through 12th graders, and there is a great focus on bringing academic rigor to the artistic curriculum here at Chalmette High School. So today in class, you will see some students who are working on a new piece of music. We're doing some choral highlights from the movie The Greatest Showman. And this is a really great piece because our students love it. It's a lot of high energy and excitement. And it also really brings together the message that we are trying to elevate, which is that the arts can help elevate the voices of students and help support them not only as musicians and artists, but help them in their academic and emotional journeys as well. I believe that when a student is invested in the school community, that they have a higher level of performance academically and emotionally. And I find that in addition to higher performing at school, students are able to take the skills that they learn as performers and transition them to the workforce. They're stronger in interviews, better communicators, more confident in when they speak with others. And we feel like all of these things really just lead to success. Louisiana is such a rich place for cultural arts. And I think that we have proven here in St. Bernard Parish that keeping the cultural arts programs in public schools strong leads to beautiful, successful things for our students. And I would just encourage every school within our state to validate and value the arts programs that either exist or that they can create, because I believe that it is truly the key to student retention and student excitement and achievement and more forward motion.
Principal here for 49 years at Chalmette High School. It's been my privilege to be the principal. And Annelise is one of many great teachers we've had here. Annelise she's a product of St. Bernard Parish Schools, came to Chalmette High School. I've known her all her life. In fact, I knew her before she was born with her parents. And Annelise is truly a very, very, very exceptional person, good teacher, and she's extremely dedicated to her profession.
I think that public education is the key to building strong communities. And if we are able to fortify and grow our public education system, we will have more and better, stronger communities. And that is where we are going. We are interested not only in the student, but the place that the student will grow into and what kind of a place that student will create in the future. So as we strengthen and invest in our public education system, we are investing in them, who of course are the most valuable resource, but also we are investing in our future.
Your reaction when you were named statewide Teacher of the Year?
My goodness, I was so excited and just so humbled because there are so many incredible men and women doing wonderful work in the state of Louisiana. It was truly an honor to be celebrated, and it is my hope that I will be able to represent them very well and to take this title and turn the spotlight of the nation onto the great work that is happening across Louisiana.
To be a principal is awesome. You get an opportunity to impact so many lives, both children and adults. But just being able to kind of put my vision into play here at the school, as well as have others to buy into that vision, staff, community, stakeholders, it has been an awesome experience. And I'm able to still touch lives like I did in the classroom, but now it's on a broader scale. All children can learn. That's my ultimate philosophy. And my ultimate vision here at this school is that all students will learn, especially under my leadership. And it's not just about teaching them academically. We believe in catering to the whole child. So that means they have those real life, those lifelong experiences as well. A typical day for me is coming to school here. I do duty every morning outside in the middle of Hearn. I have a group of people that I speak to every morning that is lawyers, doctors, the nurses next door at Willis Knighton. And then I'm there to welcome all of my students that walk to school every morning. I want them to see the first face to see is a smiling face from their principal, Chancellor French. And then after that, I come in and I visit classrooms, morning announcements. And while we're doing those classroom visits, again, just motivating and encouraging those kids, make sure that they seize the day, they're going in today full, strong, high energy, and ready to learn. Well, when I was in elementary school, we always received all the extra papers that the teachers had at the end of the year, and we would play school with my sister, friends in the neighborhood. And at that time, I knew that I loved education, but I didn't think I would actually be the actual teacher. But whenever we played, I always was the one that was the teacher, and I always wanted to be the student, to be the one to kind of act out like everybody else did. But I think that's when my fire was first ignited with wanting to be a teacher. So I started out at Atkins Elementary School in Cedar Grove as a substitute teacher, actually. My principal was Al Graham. After that, I got my certification. I did a year and a half at Atkins. Then I left Atkins and went to Claiborne Magnet, where I taught 3 years there. And then I came out of the classroom as an interventionist and a content coach at Westwood. And that led me to here at Queensboro, where I was the instructional coordinator for about 3 months, and then I was named principal May 4th. My advice to other principals to Louisiana is just to continue to be all in. This is a job that is 365, 24/7, all day long. No matter where we are, we have someone that knows us, whether it's a student or a parent, but just be all in. 100% supporting your staff, your families, and your students, because they are the ones that make this job for us.
One of the greatest honors that I have as superintendent and in the state of Louisiana is that each year I get to pick a principal of the year to represent our school district in the state competition. So of course, when we do that and go through that process, there's a lot of time and effort that our staff puts into that and making sure that we pick someone that does exhibit the characteristics of a principal of the year, but more importantly, someone that can be very competitive at the state level. When we chose our elementary principal of the year for this last year, all of those things we found in Chancellor French. Sometimes Marco French, our principal of the year, is also called Chancellor French. Marco is his real name, but Chancellor French is a part of the beautiful climate and culture that he's established here at the school. When you think about what creates an amazing school, there are several things that go into play. The first thing, though, and I really do believe what makes Queensboro a unique school, is that they have created a climate and culture that is both welcoming and encouraging of not only students but of families. If you spend any time in this community, and I have numerous examples, the parents sell Mr. French more than even the students in his work do. The parents are often so encouraged by things like every child leaving with a Christmas gift, the things like him buying all of the school supplies for all the students. Those are the things that I believe make Mr. French, separates him from all of the other principals that were a part of this competition.
When I was named principal of the year here at the district, I cried. That's when Dr. Goree came in, him and his cabinet came in, and I cried. Then when I moved to the next levels, cried again. And then the night that I was actually named State Principal of the Year, it was totally shocking to me, and I cried again. But it was so good and surreal for me because I had some of the most important people to me there in the building, along with Dr. Goree being there virtually, then having my staff, some of my family members there, but ultimately having my mom and my sister there by my side meant the world to me. So that added even more pressure, fire, love, everything to it, made it more exciting. But I was just honored that Louisiana chose me.
I was so excited and happy for him, but I was excited and happy for more than one reason. Oftentimes when you serve in our Title I schools or schools with high poverty, in communities where there's a high crime rate, oftentimes people tend to only criticize them. So to have an opportunity to have a leader to represent a community of poverty and to represent that with such excellence that is recognized at the state level truly brought joy to my heart. And I'm just so happy that as superintendent I could play a role in him being recognized not only at our local level, but most importantly now at the state level. In the process of selecting a principal of the year in an urban school system like Caddo Parish, where you have such diverse schools, we have magnet schools, we have rural schools, we have suburban schools, and then we have true schools that are located in our inner city where there are great challenges. It's often challenging for some of those principals to compete with some of those test scores, but here with Chancellor French, not only did he bring the school off failing status, the school was also recognized for its incredible growth in literacy and how it ranked in the state in those levels, as well as student growth. So we're really proud that he represented our parish.
Public education is so important, especially in a time like now when everyone isn't supporting public education as they can, as they should, but we're doing what's best for children. I can speak for Caddo. Caddo is doing right by children, right by teachers within the district itself. When I think about holistically as a state of Louisiana, I just did a writing for the Louisiana First Foundation, and it was titled, "It's the Grand Rising. Educators Unite." So right now, we have some of the best educators in Louisiana, some of the best educators in Caddo, but we have to come together and make sure that we're truly doing the work, that we are operating in our gifts, our talents, to make sure that all students learn, to make sure that all families are taken care of. And one of my platforms here, while I am Principal of the Year for the state, I want to make sure that we focus on recruitment and retention. Continue to get those great teachers in Louisiana and keep them here, because the boys and girls of Louisiana, of Shreveport, they deserve it.
Teaching is the profession that begins all other professions, and we have to do everything that we can to elevate this profession. Our kids deserve amazing teachers. It's the most important thing for education, is to have a great teacher in front of every single kid. And we also know that leadership matters. They set the tone for those school buildings, and they have to do everything that they can to make sure that their school is moving forward.
LPFA is proud to once again support Louisiana's Principal and Teacher of the Year. I congratulate this year's winners and thank them for their outstanding work. It is extra special this year to recognize and thank not only our award winners, but every teacher, administrator, and school employee throughout the state. These individuals are working during this COVID-19 pandemic to provide our children with the education that they need and deserve. We owe a special debt of gratitude to each of you and thank you for your service to our children and to Louisiana. LPFA is a public trust, and the state of Louisiana is our beneficiary. We issue tax-exempt and taxable bonds to finance projects throughout Louisiana. We are not part of the state of Louisiana and operate solely on self-generated revenue. Our mission is to further education, healthcare, economic development, and job creation in Louisiana in order to make Louisiana a better place to work, live, and raise our families.
The LPFA has two divisions, an education division and economic development. Through our education division, we operate through LELA, and we serve our citizens in Louisiana through the financing of higher education, through student loan programs to pay for college, as well as outreach, where we assist our students complete the FAFSA, which is the financial aid application to access dollars to pay for college. And we're happy to admit that Louisiana is #1 this year as far as the number of applications they've completed. So thank you all. LELA stands for the Louisiana Education Loan Authority. We operate and serve our families in two ways, through outreach and through the financing of higher education. In outreach, we help our students and families complete the FAFSA, which is the free application for financial aid, as well as answer general questions on how to transition from high school to college. Additionally, we have education financing, where we offer student loans for families to plan and pay for college, as well as a refinancing product. In our private student loan program, once a family actually accesses financial aid through the federal government or through the state, as with TOPS, we come in on the back end and offer additional assistance if there's a gap in funding where they need additional dollars to pay for college. So it's a good way, it's a great program. We offer low-cost financing, no upfront fees. As far as the interest rate, it's very competitive, and we're here in Louisiana and we don't capitalize the interest, and we're here for our students. We're very excited about offering LELA Choice in Louisiana. Most entities shy away from student loans, but we feel it's our responsibility to offer a good option for families to borrow. The average interest rate from commercial lenders sometimes is over 10%, so we feel very strongly that we can offer a better option to our families through LELA Choice. Over the years, LELA has helped over 400,000 families finance their higher education and fulfill their dreams in obtaining a degree. Some of them have become teachers, and that is the backbone of our education system, and we are certainly appreciative for all of their efforts.
The LPFA has a long and rich history of partnering with universities and colleges throughout Louisiana to provide quality facilities of learning for our young people. We look forward to continuing this partnership well into the future. Just as for instance, the LPFA, since its inception in 1974, has issued $28.1 billion in projects to create jobs throughout the state of Louisiana, and we're very, very proud of that, of those efforts. As far as the teachers being involved in economic development, they mold the leaders of tomorrow and are critically important for preparing our young people for the jobs of the 21st century. There is no better evidence of the product of the teachers' works than Zaila Avant-Garde, who is the 2021 winner of the Scripps National Spelling Bee from Harvey, Louisiana. Being the first African American and first Louisianian to win this prize is proof of the hard work of teachers in the state of Louisiana and the product that they can produce. Teachers are as much involved in economic development as anyone in the state of Louisiana. In your classrooms daily, teachers prepare entrepreneurs and business leaders of the future. I want to commend all educational professionals who persevered through the pandemic and the challenges over the last year. Your efforts were nothing shy of heroic.
On behalf of the board, the staff of the Louisiana Public Facilities Authority and LELA, we congratulate and thank the teacher and principal of the year. We appreciate what you do every day for our families. Thank you.
Congratulations to all the Dream Teachers recognized in 2021, and thank you to all educational professionals throughout the state of Louisiana. Your work is invaluable and much appreciated.
Congratulations again to our Teacher and Principal of the Year. We are very proud of you.
Congratulations to the Teacher and Principal of the Year.